What's up, guys? This is Frenzy. Welcome back to the second part of my rebuilding my castle, gutting it, whatever you want to call it, live castle building episodes, whatever we're going to call these series. Last we left off, we were tinkering around with the kill zones that we were setting up first. I've got them working reasonably well. I haven't done any changes to them since the last episode. You know, if you guys take a look at my timer, it's only been like 1 or 2 minutes for me, but for you guys, it's been maybe a day. So I really wish I could move this guy down one. But this room just isn't big enough to do it. What I was going to try to do is get this guy spotting as far forward as possible. See if I can get something in here. I guess this is about the best that I could do, which is just not enough to really make a difference. Yeah, I think that I'll just have to kind of leave that as is. Alright, this thing, I was going to try to get them farther, but I don't know if that's going to be necessary. Let's take a look. It may be... What I want to try to do is have a hunger bot down in here, and I'm going to have the same problem with this pole. But I think I can make a little bit of room, maybe? If I move this guy over at all, they can skip this group by going through this zone here. So I can't really move that down at all. And I can't really move this. So I can't move this. Yeah, this is all very, very technical at this point. I could also just replace this, like not replace this room, but move it to a different part of my castle. And switch it around. Let's see how that would work. It really wouldn't work unless I did straight down. If I could look for a room that goes straight down, which there's not that many of them. This was like the best one, that's why I use it twice in my castle for going straight. You notice I'm like reusing a lot of these rooms. I'm trying to distance them out so that it doesn't seem too boring for the attacker, but I really don't like a lot of the rooms. Like this is a straight down room, but it's so narrow and just like linear that going actually through this room doesn't take all that much time. Whereas this big corner is like huge. You know, there's 3 different corners that you go down. That's a good room. There's 3 areas where you're kind of scared to go to the next room, you know? This one has a couple of them as well. You know, the initial going through this part into this room, and then going around this corner, and then going up here. All can have like a scary element for an attacker. And I just don't think that there's that many rooms that go straight. This one's terrible. This one, I don't really like rooms with 2 different areas. What does this look like? Yeah, I don't really like that. No. I mean, technically, I can fill the rest of the rooms as long as there's one that takes a reasonable amount of time to get through. I don't have enough points to fill all of these rooms, I don't think. I could have one of them with just like 1 mob group in it. This room isn't terrible because it's good for traps. Something like this. Yeah, and I could pull around. I'll try it. Gotta find it again, this one. I'll try this. I've never really been a big fan of this room, but you can put jelly walls on the sides here, like up here, and down here, I believe, and that makes it reasonably slow to get through. You can also pull through this wall here, and I could just have 1 mob group if I really wanted to. Although that might screw this up. Let's just take a look. So you're going to go here with this, and I'm going to need spotting for that. At least 1 right on the side here. Like that. And hopefully that pulls that group. I think it should. And then what I would want to do is put in another hunger bot down somewhere around in here. And then some Stairmasters. Right in there. I'm not sure if that's a little too far away for the Stairmasters. They might have to be a little bit closer. But that's why we test. So I'm going to go through another test of this and see what happens. I think I've started to get these a little bit refined though. They're starting to look pretty good. I can still skip these if I hug the bottom wall. So we'll do just that, and then hug the top, and the bottom again. And then I'll just go through all of these snouters. And you can kind of see why I only build templates. If I went through and I actually put mobs in here, it would take a lot longer for me to test my later rooms. So I'm probably going to work like backwards towards the front, so that I can test everything as easily as possible. Alright, so if I continue to move through here, I have to find a reason why I wouldn't move through there, but if I do hit this, I die. This guy isn't really hitting. Huh, that wasn't the one that I expected not to hit, so... Alright. I still have to mess around with this a little bit. But what I'm noticing now is that if I come in here and I quickly turn the corner this way, I miss the hook misses. What you want is for someone to notice that they aggroed something and start to pull back, probably. I could also put maybe a slow trap right in this area somewhere, and possibly they get slowed coming in, and that helps. I'll have to look at the entrance to this, because if I can't make it work with a reasonably high success rate, I'll probably just scrap it. Okay, that didn't quite pull this. It was one hex off. Alright. What can I do to fix that, though? Let's try moving all of these up one. This is sometimes the trickiest parts, is actually getting these straight pulls to work. If I wanted to, I could probably set it up so that it just goes straight down into this, and then work from here. Maybe. I want to see if I can get this set up, though. I should be able to. This is going to make it 20, right? Yeah. So I really can only have one spotter. We'll try to put them on the bottom side of this. Like, a lot of the time, it's really, like... It's supposed to land right here, and you need to set up the momentum so that it's coming across. Like, I could try to move this guy this way, but I think he's going to overshoot his hook. What I think is that the hero's going to be up here, this guy's going to hook, this guy's going to turn, like, as the hero's, like, right in this area, and he's going to throw it just above his head. That's what I have a feeling is going to happen if I do this. But I'll test it. And if I do that, I could probably lower this Hungerbot down one, and that might work. Alright, what I could do is move this down and almost make it so that people can see this guy as they're entering that room, and maybe they stop to shoot it or just stop to turn around, and hopefully that'll be enough time. Not many people, including me, expect hooks in this room. I don't know why I just shot that guy. That was silly. Okay. Not many people expect hooks in those rooms, because it's not really a room that you normally see them in. It's a pretty small choke. So the problem that I'm having where if someone turns around it, you get out of the hook is the main reason why a lot of people don't use those rooms. But they've been having a reasonably high success rate with me just because I'm not used to seeing them. So I'm wondering if it'll work out for other people as well, and they'll get hooked by it. We'll see. It may be something that I scrap after I watch the replays a couple of days. I'll probably leave it in there for my first handful of replays. I didn't die there either. Interesting. Well, at the very least I could put in four Stairmasters instead of a Hunger Bot. And that will 100% kill somebody. And I can also mess around with this, see if I can get more of the eyeballs to hit. Okay, so yeah, see, he overshot his hook. That's what I expected to happen. There's just not quite enough delay on that. But that does look like it might hit now, and that'll kill. Okay. Okay. So escape. I think just moving that Snotter down one pixel here, just down from there, makes it so that this should hit. It's just like aligned better. Those two are touching right at that point, so hopefully that'll work. All I have to do is rotate this guy back around. Also, these guys were closer. We'll see if that does anything to hinder me. Having these guys 1 hex closer. They used to be touching the trap, they're 1 hex away. My shields are almost down, but I don't care too much if I get looted. I don't really have that much life force, so people probably won't target me anyway. Unless they click on my castle and see that it's almost empty. Okay. So this, I want to try to change this. And have them all going this way. There's more bubbles in the air that way. We'll see how that works. Testing again. Lots of testing when you're doing these. When you're editing your own castle. I wish I had a mage, because they're a lot quicker to get through castles without like anything in them. Their single target DPS is terrible, but that whatever that skill is that like they go really fast. I don't know what the skill name is, but yeah, it's really good at getting through castles. Better than roll. Our mana doesn't deplete as fast either. All right, again. Come in here. Oh, I see a Snotter, and I'm dead. And I should get hit by those 3 balls, I think. I might be able to delay this Hunger Bot a little bit more as well. That might help. Because I'm going to be laying on the ground until those balls hit me, pretty much. Feel me? And these are all level 24 minions, and I'm level 24 as well, but I'm just saying that I'm doing a 26 castle, so hopefully that'll keep my level low. Okay, there we go. And yeah, I didn't die though, interestingly enough. 200 hit points left. I think I may have... Yeah, these balls, I missed a few of them as I was going through. See if I can fix that up a little bit better. Take a look at the angles again. So did I want to change something here? Okay, so he's already delayed as much as possible. So that won't help really. I could pull faster, but that's completely stupid. Let's see. He's going to be pulling directly here. And that's why I thought that this bottom one would hit more, but it looks like, I mean, it's really just this middle one that's going to hit as much as possible. I don't think I can get another one in front of that middle guy, right? No. But I can get one in front of here. I could try something like this. I mean, this Snotter is really quite useless. Alright, we'll try this really quick as I'm going through, because I want to test this out, see what I can do with this thing. Alright, so I land right here. I'm getting pulled through to this. This guy moves over one. Let's try turning these guys this way. Might be a better delay. I'm gonna try also turning this guy around and see if I can get out of it or anything like that. Now, alternatively, when you're testing your own castle, and you don't want to spend a bunch of time on rooms that you already know are good, and you already have minions placed in those rooms, you can just pull everything up to the room that you want to test, and then die over and over and use whatever your big AoE skill is. So, like for Knights, you can use King Dragon Slash. For Archers, you can use Volley. Although I think Knights would have to regain their mana, but you get a small immunity when you resurrect, and you gain full mana on your Archer. Probably not on your Knight, but, you know. Yeah. Alright, so I think that should kill everybody. Although I have really low hit points. Like, Knights are going to have about another 1,000 hit points, so I may want to just have 4 Stairmasters. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to wait for replays, I think. Because if anybody survives that, that's really bad for me. Okay, I'm able to get out of that. So this is too much of a delay. We'll try having him face down instead. What I've also noticed is that maybe I'm not hitting these bear traps. I'm not sure of that 100%, but if that's the case, I'll have to take a look at it. I haven't tried to get out of this initial pull yet with a roll, and we'll have to see if that's the case or not. Because a lot of the time, if you land right here, sometimes if I don't hit these bear traps, I can get out with a roll. So that's something I have to test. I think this is pretty much set up the way I want it to be. I'm going to add in, you know, like an archer or two to add a slight amount of DPS, see if I can hit them like down here or something after they land, by turning them towards the wall. Or put them down here facing upwards, maybe I can hit them as they're being pulled in. Something like that. I'm just about getting ready to start placing mobs in my other rooms. I'll take a look at this. Like, what can I do with this exactly? I think what I have to do... I almost want a Jimbo here. I'm going to take a look at traps. Yeah, that's really good, I think. Although I might prefer it to be rotated to here. Can I rotate that to there? No, that won't work. And what I'm thinking that maybe I could do something like pull here and here with a Jimbo. Defendatron. Although, how many points is that going to be? 12, 14, 19? I wouldn't be able to have a support with the Jimbo. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. Although, maybe I could. Can I get this to pull through the wall? Like, I have it right there. Will that connect? Yes, it will. I don't think it'll matter. There's the Defendatrons. Turbo Shieldatron. I wish they put them in order. Alright, Defendatron. I'm gonna have to mess around with the delays to see if I can make this work. Then I have 2 points left. What I... no, I can't. Alright, I'm not gonna be able to do it. So I might as well just... Wait, is that full? Okay. So that's full. So I could do something like that so that you pull something here, and then someone's going to have to go through this jelly wall to get back again, or wait in this area, and then you have Jimbo coming in to 2 slows. So you can't really get away from him as easily. Now this will only work if I can delay Jimbo enough to kind of get behind Defendatron. I don't know, I need to make him so he's close enough. Coming both ways, so that because Jimbo has a medium movement rate, and Defendatrons have a slow, I think, or a very slow. Very slow. So that's going to be hard to keep them together enough to make it so that Jimbo doesn't pull off of the bodyguard. And I think that might be the only group I put in this room, just because it's an additional room that I don't really need. Now I can also... Is this going to unlink it? Yeah. Alright, I can't do that. I can put that up there, though. Can't move them over one more. But that could stay there. That's still linked to that. Okay. Alright, so I think I like most of this, how it's set up. I'm going to run through one more test of this after I add in mobs. So, what do I want here? Whoops, did I just go to test? Yeah, let me leave really quick. Okay. So I've got some points to work with. I think... How many points do I have? 7. I don't know what I could really do with only 7 points. I mean, I could put in a dampener and then I'd have 3 points. I could put in a puppeteer, which isn't terrible. I could put in a Defendatron, which would put me at 18. I think I like the dampener better. The dampener in this corner. Just to make it harder, if they do ignore the pull, they'll have this to deal with. And then I have 3 points left. I could put in a Bad Dog or a Bone Puppeteer. I think Bone Puppeteer is the better idea. What I don't like about this is that everything's so valuable, but I don't think you should be able to get vision of it. I'll try to add a little bit of separation to those guys. I could delay one of them as well. So there's no extra damage that's going to be coming into here. So I might have to remove both of these and just add in another Stairmaster right here. And that will just force a death. But it'll be really easy to volley this down or deal with if they skip the pull. Which, I mean, it's already going to be kind of easy. Just the Hungerbot adds a little bit of danger that it's like, oh, maybe he'll hit. This one's a little bit better because as you're coming down this way, this spotter actually still works as a secondary group to kill. Alright, one last run through and then I'm going to start throwing in some mob groups. Probably in part 3. Although maybe I'll do like one room and then I'll do another couple rooms and do some testing. And then I'll add in traps. I don't need the series to go super long. hopefully after, like a week after this series is finished, we'll have patch 17 and I'll have to change my castle all over again, but I don't mind making new defenses. My last one definitely lacked good kill zones, so I'm hoping that these ones will work a bit better. Alright, let's see. So I'm gonna get pulled on purpose. See how this works. I didn't die, see, I mean that's the big thing, is that if I'm not dying, there's not ever gonna be a knight that's gonna, you know, that's actually gonna die to this. I mean, yeah, I died there, but I need to die before I get my stun off. Like, before my stun effects wear off. It's basically like, if it's a crit, then I'm gonna die. If not, I'm gonna live. And that's not good enough, because there's hardly any people that are gonna come into my castle with less than 2,900 hit points. Most archers have around 3k, and then most knights have like 33 to 3,500, I think. I was able to get out of that. I wonder if I can put an archer right where, I don't know. If I spam it, like, I just barely come out of the stun. I can probably just slightly undelay this hunger bot. Let's take a look. I think that this delay will be longer than that delay. I think this is going to be a little bit better, because instead he has to turn like around this wall here, whereas here he only has to turn to this. So I think that delay should be quite just enough to make it so that I can't like get a roll off. Knight should always get pulled though, I think. And then the only other thing that I might have to do is like line these up a little bit better. I may have to have this guy up right here or something. It's the only thing I could think of, but I'm also a little worried about this. I don't seem to be hitting these bear traps. That'll add a little bit of DPS though if I can get it so that at least one of them goes off. Alright, well we will do a little bit more of that testing. I'll run through it one more time. I know I said the last one's going to be the last time, and these are probably pretty boring for people, but this is what goes into making a good defense. So I guess if you guys like this style of defense videos, rather than like the after I complete it and then replay day, like I can do both with this. I can do the live castle building and I can do a replay day, right? Like after I get a couple of replays of this, I can do a replay, show kind of what I need to tweak and all that sort of thing. Or I can make a defense, tweak a few things. After I get a good defense going, I can go through it and then do replays only. I guess you guys can tell me like which one you which you'd prefer me to do. I don't know, it's weird. Sometimes it feels like I'm gonna die by a huge margin, and then other times it feels like I just barely live. Because there is at least 2 or 3 more of those balls that I would have hit. But yeah, you guys can let me know in the comments which you'd prefer, out of defense videos specifically. Because with patch 17 hopefully coming in the next week or two, I'll probably be doing a lot more of these defense videos. We'll just do whichever kind you guys like the most. Oh no, I did actually hit one of those. There's only 3 traps up there. I might have been able to get out of that, and I still lived through it. There's going to be some changes I'll have to make to this. So we're going to get out of here. We're going to start monstering up my castle, and then I will do some more testing a little bit later. Alright, so let's see. We want at least a Scorpio in here. What time are we at? Looks like we've been going for another half hour. Alright, so for the next video, I'm going to start monstering these 2 rooms. Probably this one as well. And then I'll make sure that everything is working properly with like one run through without traps, and then I'll start adding in traps for my next. So probably a 5 parts. We're on part number 2, going into part number 3. I will see you guys for the next episode. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.